Good morning from Vegas. What's up, guys? We've got some good stuff coming up, including the 1K mini main, the 1K tag team, exploring a little bit of Vegas, a bit of karaoke, and also an interview with Pads. The mini main.
Mini main day one.
Day one. We're in nice and early. Going in with 200 bigs. So me and Frankie headed into the horseshoe to play the WSOP bracelet event, the $1,000 mini main. Okay, so been cruising so far. Was able to chip up to 145k. I then played a blind v blind pot. It's a bit of an interesting one. So I raised King Jack of Hearts from the small blind, big blind calls. Flop was 5-4-2. I put in a small C bet here. He raises, and now I'm gonna want to raise with my overpairs a lot of the time. So I thought this was a good combo with the backdoor flush draw to put in the raise and the 3 bet. So I went for it. Now he took ages to call. He was asking me like, will you show if I fold? The turn was a 2. I didn't pick up the heart draw and I put him all in for about 80% pot, and he kind of side calls because he thinks I have a boat, and he's just flopped the straight with ace 3. Now I could have just given up here, definitely. Frankie was saying could have been a bit of a read that he kind of called after saying all of that he was actually quite strong, 2 pair or better. And it's definitely true, but also I know he would have folded any 5 he would raise, like ace 5 or pocket 6s, pocket 7s. He's probably folding those, or 5-6 suited. So I think there's quite a few combos that are going to fold here. So I went for it. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. It would have been better if I turned a heart for that extra equity. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. Was this bluff okay whilst I chill by the pool? So here is the GTO Wizard sim. Bear in mind that blind v blind play is a lot different from the solvers, as no one plays anywhere near close to perfect at this kind of stake, including me. I go for around quarter, 1/3 pot with King Jack suited, which solver says it's fine. And then they're mixing with this small sizing and this very large sizing, like bet 1.5x pot as well. So yeah, this is great. Love doing that with the overpairs. You've got to protect against overcards that can hit and outdraw you. And then it's choosing some bluffs, but it's going for hands that have less equity than King Jack suited. King Jack suited has about 50% equity, whereas something like Jack 7 has 30% equity. You're happy to just go for it and try and take it down. I think that what it's saying is the problem with betting this big is you could get folded off your equity very easily, which isn't good because you have a nice hand here, blind v blind. So their response here is to go for 2 different sizing. They did go for a smaller kind of sizing, so I'm just going to put this in. And if I do have any King Jack suited here, it is just meant to be a call in this situation. Raising is actually quite bad. Yeah, it's saying bumping this up here is losing you a total of 1.05 EV, which is really bad. It's not good. So I went for it. I think it's fine, especially against this opponent who thought I was very tight and always had a strong hand. I've only really shown value at this table. Like, for example, if I raise here and then I were to, let's say he calls this, and then I were to blast the turn, there is going to be no way on the solver he's going to fold any kind of 5. He's not even folding 4s here. All of his 4x, which is just absolutely never going to happen. He even said to me at the end, he was like, oh yeah, I totally would have folded a 5 there. But if I know that he's going to fold any 5 and any 4, and pocket 6s, pocket 7s, maybe pocket 8s and 9s, then it should be profitable for me to have more bluffs in my range and to raise and blast turn like I did. Okay, we may have not realised how fast the break has gone.
I'm out of breath.
We just ran from the pool. We're waiting for a lift. Yeah. We did make it back and only missed 1 hand each. And then I got it in here really nice with kings against queens against Jack 9. Jack 9 was the smaller pot, so when the river came down, I was only slightly annoyed. I then went completely card dead, and Frankie gave me this lucky hand. And then I confirmed for everyone that King Queen suited is not in fact a premium. I shoved 12 bigs from the button and got called by ace 5 and ace jack, and I somehow didn't win. So by this point I was pretty fed up. It was actually the 9th bullet in a row I had bricked, and so we headed to get some food. Here we go. Dinner with a view. We've just booked flights to go to Argentina.
Yeah, we did. Life's too short, and we're gonna play poker on a boat there. On a boat, 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 on a boat.
Blaise's attempt to cheer us up was to go and play some cash. Everyone keeps saying to me, oh, Peggy, you should play low stakes cash. There's so many fish, you'll be printing, you'll make so much money. I was like, you know what, fine, we'll give it a go, we'll try something different. And then guess what? I lose ace king all in pre-flop against a fish with king jack off, and then I flop top 2 and run into a set. So a lot of fun, but a terrible night of poker, and it was not restoring my confidence at all.
Tag team time, Peg and Blaise.
Okay, first things first. It's tag team day. We've got to decide a coordinating outfit.
2 bracelets, 1 dream, 4-bet jamming
And who
tonight.
better to have a chat to than the 2023 tag team champion, Coin Poker Ambassador, Pads. Okay, so I've got a special guest with me here today, Mr. Pads. How's it going?
It's good, it's good. We've just been kicked out because we don't have media credentials. It's
Yeah.
my second time of the summer.
We need to sort that out, don't we?
I know.
So how are you doing there? How is the series going so far?
It's good, it's good. It's been here since May 31st. I have no idea what day it is today, so I've been here around about 20 days, depending on what date it is. But yeah, I've lost track of the date, I've lost track of the day.
Yep.
I'm guessing it's like
It's a
Wednesday.
It is Wednesday.
It's Wednesday?
Yeah,
Okay,
'cause I
that's
flew
good
yesterday
then.
on
That's
Tuesday,
good.
So
So yeah, I've been here about 20 days, had like 10 cashes. So
great.
cashing every other day, which is good. But obviously you're re-entering, you're playing multiple times in a day, so it's not as glamorous as it sounds, but yeah, just grinding hard away, yeah.
totally. And what is your best advice? I liked your story recently talking about deep runs and stuff in tournaments. What would you say for good advice for deep runs?
Good advice would just be to treat every tournament as if it's like the most important tournament you ever play. I feel like it's very easy to like lose value of the tournaments. Like I remember when I was playing $5 tournaments, if I could play an 800, I'd be like, wow, that's incredible.
Yep.
And then sometimes you play 10K, then the next day you're in an 800 and you're like, oh, it's only an 800. But if like the younger version of yourself could hear yourself saying, oh, it's only an 800, I feel like you wouldn't really be so proud of yourself. So I
Yeah.
feel like before every tournament, I kind of like to remember, you know, like if I'm playing like a 5K, I remember the time when a 5K was like my goal in poker to play a 5K, or I had like a 5K bankroll or whatever it may be. So yeah, just trying to
Keep it in perspective.
yeah, have some
stay
gratitude
humble.
for each
Yeah.
buy and have some memory of all that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Cool. Okay, so the tag team, you won it a couple of years ago with Espen.
That's been yeah.
Can you give me some advice on that and tell me who you're playing with this year?
I'm not sure who I'm going to play with this year. Espen's in Dubai, so he's not here. Usually we would play together.
Okay.
The advice would be that usually on the team, there's always a nit on the team and there's always a crazy player on the team. So you have to kind of identify who's the nit who doesn't want to tell their partner they've busted, and who's the guy who like doesn't care and he's trying to like
Yeah.
to go for it.
Because you don't want to be the one to bust, right?
Exactly, especially if it's like a biggish thing, or maybe it's like partners together or like brothers together or something. You don't really want to let down the other person.
Yeah,
So what I kind of try to do is find out who's trying to survive for the team and then punish them, go after them, free bet them a lot. And if they go after you, make some tight folds. I remember there was a hand where Espen was behind me. I raised the button and the big blind free bet me and I tens. And I picked my hand up and folded, and Espen so I folded tens. Like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Then I was like, can I see your hand? And the guy had kings or aces. And just because there's some people, they're not going to want to go crazy against you or whatever, you know, when their partner's behind them. I don't think someone's going to just try to bust himself, you know?
Yeah, cool.
It's very easy to text your friend in a normal tournament, oh, just got bad beated, but when your partner's literally stood behind you,
Yeah.
there's this added pressure.
Is there a lot of kind of chatting between your partner as well? Because I've never played it. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it depends. Some people's like their partners are just like in and out of the tournament. Some people are there the whole time sweating. Some people are like waiting to get tagged in.
Yeah.
You kind of know when they're doing an orbit each, like this is the last hand they're going to play.
Yeah,
Some
yeah,
people
yeah.
might play looser, some people might play tighter. So just trying to work out who's playing the tournament, why they're playing it, how you can manipulate them.
Classic, just trying to read players. I also wanted to ask a little bit about your positivity. Everyone loves how positive you are on Instagram stories, and kind of how are you maintaining that throughout WSOP this year?
I mean, I'm very fortunate too. I've had lots of years, like early in my career, when I wouldn't have been so positive. Obviously, when you've been lucky or whatever, it's easier to be positive when you come like that. Like, I don't need to cash the millionaire maker. If I busted, I'm going to be smiling when I leave. But there was definitely years when I wasn't. You know, like it's sometimes easy to preach positivity, but you know, if you're literally playing for bills or whatever, it's a lot different. So
Yeah, can you tell me about a time you're most tilted?
most tilted.
I can't imagine it's happened recently.
I honestly don't. I get tilted over things like not in my control. So like if the internet doesn't work, or if like my Uber driver took the wrong turn in, or if I'm at like a traffic light, I'm very impatient. So
Well, that's how to be good at poker then.
maybe I need to be better at life. But yeah.
Cool, I think that's everything.
Okay.
Synchronized tilt, matching craze. One knows ICM, one just vibes. Two
Tag team time. Tagged. We've arrived.
bracelets, one dream, 4-bed jamming tonight.
Best day of the year. Blaise is tagged in first. I'm going to be playing second. It's going to be fun. He's on the button. That means only one thing. It's my turn. Okay, tag team hand history. I open 9-8 suited under the gun, get 3-bet by the cutoff. I'm playing 100 big steep here, so I'm not going anywhere. Flop came down Jack 8-7, I check and call to a C-bet third pot. The turn is the 4 of clubs, giving me the flush draw. Now he bets quite large here, about 75% of the pot. I don't think this is a good raising combo because if I get blown off it, I have so much equity. I have a gooder, a flush draw, and second pair. So I just think a call is the right thing to do here, and I call. I would like to see a raise here if I had, say, 10-9 of hearts and I didn't hit the backdoor flush draw. That would be a really good raise to apply pressure, and there are lots of rivers I can jam on just representing 10-9 a lot of the time. But this combo, just a call. Anyway, river was a queen and goes check check. He has ace jack, so lost a fairly big pot there, which was a bit of a shame, but it's all good. Then my next rotation, I picked up pocket queens under the gun, get called by the big blind. Flop is 9 high, and I go bet, 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 no overcards, and he folds the river, shows a 9. So yeah, I show the queens just, you know, I'm not bluffing there ever, mate. Like, always fold to me, so I can get away with some sneaky stuff later. Okay, so on the turn here, it is going for the large sizing from the cutoff, and the response to this is actually, it's saying that 8-9 of clubs is a really good raising combo. However, there's not much raising, it's more like just going all in or calling, which, yeah, like I was saying, you don't want to get blown off your equity, so going all in, you will be able to kind of realize your equity here. And it's saying that I have 57% equity with the 9-8. However, I don't think the cutoff will find as many bluffs as the solver does on the turn. Most people aren't wanting to put in 20 bigs into 27 with things like king 9, ace 9. A lot of these are just going to be give ups, like ace king as well. They're not going to bet this larger portion of their range on the turn. Even with a jack, jack 9, jack 10, they may just start checking here. So the jam here on the solver is profitable for me. However, I think cutoff's range is actually a lot tighter than the solver plays, so I think calling is fine here. And also, people don't 3-bet these hands, so they're going to have less bluffs in their range naturally. They're going to have a more condensed range of ace king, over pairs, ace jack. The stuff that they get there with, they're not going to be bluffing it on the turn as much as they should. Playing as a human, I think the call is fine here because when I jam, I am just going to be getting called by a jack or queens, kings, aces a lot of the time. So dream spot, queens versus jacks.
Get flushed out on the river.
We get flushed out on the river.
One bad river, say goodbye.
Sad times.
I did think I was gonna be the one to bust us though. So now, over the head for the
Too
next
soon.
year.
Too
Too soon. Ooh.
Fancy. We are at the nose.
Ouch.
He's a fancy man.
Pinky, flourish the
Flourish the pinky. We decided to treat ourselves to a Nobu, which is where all the high rollers go. Do you think we can get there by foot? I have socks and sliders. And then thought it'd be fun to walk to the Strat, which is like 2 miles away. Oh, that is a retro bit of Buffalo. Did get lost in Resorts World, so got a taxi the rest of the way. Pretty tall. There we go. And we enjoyed a nice view of the Vegas Strip and a lovely sunset. But the night was only beginning because it was time to head to a karaoke bar.
I'll say it, dude. I hope I can record while playing. I'll stay to my
Fucking Greg goes on!
which I'm certain
That's beautiful. It's beautiful.
lived a life that's full. I did my way.
And I hate it, but these guys stay on my knees, so don't mean a thing.
What's up, pocket peg motherfuckers? I'm Greg, and this is my cameo. He's here. That's it. I'm just randomly here. That's it.
It was a very fun night doing a bit of karaoke with some friends. And here's a little bonus for you guys. I managed to watch the rail of the final table of the tag team. And here is the moment where the Brazilian duo wins. The Brazilians always have the best rail, a lot of energy, and then they go for that big embrace after winning joint bracelets, beating a field of thousands of players after so much hard work. Incredible stuff. And I was even playing when they did the bracelet ceremony and played the Brazilian national anthem. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll be back very soon.